Let's talk about whether or not this AMD catch-up trade is something that could have legs, and what does Lisa Su need to tell investors today to make it happen?
Yeah, investors need to get comfort around double-digit MI300 billions of sales. And if she can paint that picture, I think that catch-up trade, at least that margin, will start to narrow between the two. But Nvidia is leaps and bounds above AMD on this AI story.
Okay, if they're leaps and bounds above them, that means there has to be a technological leap forward in order for AMD hardware, its processors, to then be competitive with the likes of Nvidia. It has to be the case, or this becomes a one-horse race. What does AMD have to do?
Yeah, so believe it or not, on the actual processors themselves, the MI300 and Next Gen 325 are absolutely incredible. They're really, really solid pieces of hardware. The problem is that AMD does not have software in the same respects that NVIDIA has CUDA, which is the de facto standard that people are doing processing AI on today. Additionally, AMD does not have a systems approach just yet. They bought ZT Systems in hopes of closing that gap, but they're still far away. So on hardware, they're coming close to matching, actually at a price discount, but missing on software and systems.
As artificial intelligence becomes increasingly integral to business functions across industries, Nvidia is capitalizing on a wave of unprecedented success, establishing itself as a leader in the tech revolution. The burgeoning AI sector has not only attracted cutting-edge technology companies, but also compelled investors to rethink fundamental investment strategies. However, such a meteoric rise does not go unnoticed by influential investors. Recently, an unexpected and thought-provoking trading behavior has been spotted from none other than billionaire asset manager Ken Fisher, which has put him squarely in the investment spotlight. As skilled in his trade as he is prolific, Fisher's moves often send ripples throughout the market. His strategic doctrines, based on years of experience, provide critical insights into where the financial winds may be blowing. While Fisher shows unwavering confidence in Nvidia with strategic investments, his simultaneous decision to divest a significant number of shares in AMD adds an intriguing twist to this unfolding investment narrative. This is a tale of intelligent strategizing, mammoth market valuations, and a financial drama that captivates investment enthusiasts globally, casting an analytical lens over a critical juncture in tech stock history. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
Christopher, I have a question that dates me, because I can remember back when Intel was AMD's major competitor back in the 90s, and they got so far ahead that the question wasn't whether AMD had just as good technology. The question was, why would these companies that invested billions in this Intel, or in this case Nvidia's chip, why would they ever switch? Because even if it was just as good, even if it was a little cheaper, so isn't AMD really fighting an uphill battle even if they have as good technology?
Yeah, the difference here is not, let's say, 20% in a PC CPU or even 50% in a server CPU. This is almost an order of magnitude difference between the two processors, an MI300 and, let's say, latest Blackwell from NVIDIA. That gap will likely close over time. It will take some time, and the key here is really software. AMD has to get a lot better with their software.
According to authoritative semiconductor analysts Tech Insights, Nvidia dominated the market with a staggering 98% of GPUs bound for data centers in the period spanning 2022 to 2023. Such overwhelming market presence underscores its hard-earned reputation and strategic foresight, allowing it to continually push the boundaries of what is technically feasible. Amid this overwhelming success, a particular product shines like a beacon: the Hopper, an advanced offering driving major backlogs. Celebrated within industry circles, Hopper signifies NVIDIA's capability to lead in architectural advancements, making it a flagship symbol of its achievements. Yet, even as Hopper sets the pace, NVIDIA prepares the stage for its successor, the groundbreaking Blackwell. Promising unprecedented computing prowess and superior energy efficiency, Blackwell stands ready to fortify Nvidia's esteem in AI hardware further. Amid the celebratory industry buzz, experts describe Nvidia's triumph in the AI sphere as akin to a tech gold rush, where global investors seek a share of the rewarding future. The analogy of AI as the modern oil and Nvidia as the high-tech drill prominently illustrates its commanding role in the new economic paradigm. Enter Ken Fisher, the strategic mind at the helm of Fisher Asset Management. His team, famed for astute investment maneuvers, has left many analytically intrigued. Holding nearly $230 billion in diversified assets, Fisher's decision to substantially amplify Nvidia's position in his portfolio, reaching an impressive holding of over 93.4 million shares, emphasizes his assured belief in Nvidia's unparalleled market influence and future potential. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
Key is that their customers are in a race to re-architect the data center and replace traditional servers with accelerated servers. This movement had started about a year or two ago, and then as soon as we started to see the improvements in generative AI and these large language models, which, by the way, the computing requirements to train some of these models are growing 4 to 5 times a year. So this is not your, Moore's law progressing every 2 years. This is technology that is changing every, 4 to 5 times a year. So we need to throw a ton of computing infrastructure, and it is not just the processors, it is networking, it is optics, it is software, it is developers, it is bringing it all together. And in our mind, there is only one company that can bring it all together. This is expensive, no doubt. We are going from capital intensity for a lot of these cloud players that used to be 9 or 10%, and now it's 15 or 16%, right? CapEx is growing 50+% a year. But we do think that this is very important for them. It can open up new revenue opportunities, and this build-out and re-architecting can last at least through the next decade, with a 4 or 5 year of initial build-out and then a lot more success-based build-out. And then finally, yes, there is competition, but we do expect NVIDIA to maintain its 80 to 85% market share, and then another 10% or so for these custom chips, and then a few percent for other players such as AMD.
What caught observers by surprise was Ken Fisher's simultaneous and notable reduction in exposure to AMD, sparking discussions about the future trajectory of these tech titans. In contrast, Fisher's decisive sell-off of AMD shares tells a different saga. At the dawn of 2024, AMD's projection within Fisher's fund was valued at $5.2 billion. However, a significant 20% reduction followed as 5,716,366 shares were liquidated. This move has made the investment community pause and reevaluate their positions, questioning the underlying causes that may perpetuate such a shift. While capturing gains during heightened share prices, like AMD's near tripling of value since early 2023, is a common strategy, Fisher's extensive divestment sparked widespread speculation. Was this driven by his steadfast belief in Nvidia's enduring supremacy in the AI GPU arena? Market pundits have debated the reasoning behind such a move, citing possibilities such as Fisher's cautious stance on AMD's valuation attractiveness, growth potential, and competitive challenges. The deliberations over Fisher's investments have ossified into think pieces and investment blogs, each attempting to decipher the nuanced signals amidst a turbulent economic landscape. Despite AMD's robust initiatives, including the launch of new AI GPU series such as MI300X and MI325X, many enterprise customers continue to show preference toward NVIDIA's offerings. Larger economic factors also weigh heavily on stock market choices. America has been grappling with its first significant contraction in the M2 money supply since the 1930s Great Depression, coupled with the longest yield curve inversion in history. These complexities often presage downturns and heightening investment risks, putting additional stress on corporate evaluations. Such a precarious economic environment may expose vulnerabilities in AMD's evaluation, particularly as the post-pandemic dip in PC sales, a critical revenue stream for AMD, adds to the company's challenges. Investor awareness is now being sharpened by potential tightening monetary policies that could put further pressures on speculative tech investments, challenging AMD's foothold amid its more deeply entrenched competitors like Nvidia. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
There's some industry events you point to. Taiwan's semis results. AMD had an AI event. All these things. So you're saying that all Avago, Micron, all these things indicate that's demand for Nvidia's Blackwell chips?
Yeah, I think we have a few things that are coming together. First of all, the customers themselves are being pushed by this private company, OpenAI, on one side, that is innovating rapidly in a very kind of closed and proprietary architecture. And on the other hand, you have a company such as Meta that is putting out large language models in a very open format, right? Anyone can go and access their models. So the traditional cloud players are having to take the lead from these two very important forces. And this is not just a US phenomena, right? We are seeing this spread across the world, where every country, every region wants to be involved in setting up their large language model. NVIDIA is in India this week, for example, and there's a lot of large language models that are being trained in Indian languages, right, for that culture. There are large language models that are being trained for all the languages and culture of the Middle East. So I think this is a global phenomena. Enterprises are jumping on board. Novo Nordisk is deploying a supercomputer, using NVIDIA's help. So it's a global phenomena. But as I mentioned, that in order to be successful in this, you can't just be successful in semiconductors, right? You have to be successful in the underlying systems integration technology, in networking and optics and software and developers. And the other important part of what you mentioned is you need scale. You need to be able to work very well with the supply chain, because this is not going to take just one player. It's going to take many different players coming together and putting out this technology with a lot of reliability. That's the only way, I think, to scale it across this broad base of cloud and enterprise and sovereign entities.
In conclusion, Ken Fisher's strategic maneuvers highlight a profound recognition of NVIDIA's robust standing within the AI market and its promising outlook. His actions have generated a narrative that serves as a lens through which the broader investment community may view the implications of AI's growing pervasiveness in the future market paradigm. Despite formidable rivalry, NVIDIA continues to exemplify unmatched strength and savvy, leveraging its technological expertise to maintain its position at the industry's apex. It has become clear that within this tech domain, NVIDIA is not only participating in an evolution, but possibly leading a revolution. Fisher's steadfast confidence in NVIDIA, juxtaposed with a large-scale reduction of AMD holdings, underscores a compelling narrative for investors eager to delve into the promising ventures AI has to offer. Today's stock market reflects an extraordinary window of opportunity ripe for exploration. In a world shifting swiftly towards automation and data-driven decisions, AI sits at the heart of future investments, with NVIDIA perceived as its harbinger. NVIDIA's formidable growth prospects, fueled by anticipated launches like the Blackwell GPU, offer an exciting proposition to seasoned investors and newcomers aspiring to partake in AI's radiant future. As investment enthusiasts contemplate their subsequent strategic steps, the real-time saga of NVIDIA versus AMD unfolds, presenting an intriguing tapestry of strategy, technology, and market dynamics. What is your perspective on the unfolding drama within the tech stock sphere? Would you join the NVIDIA journey or venture elsewhere? We invite you to share your thoughts and speculative guesses on this enthralling foray into the AI supremacy landscape. As the story of these two companies continues to evolve, so too will the varied strategies of the investors striving to capitalize on tech's most transformative era. This dynamic and rapidly changing panorama beckons those bold enough to forecast what the future might hold. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like NVIDIA have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there!